is going on, everybody? It's the Franz, and we're here for an NXT review for Wednesday, February 6, 2019. But before we get to what we saw tonight, we're going to harken back to what happened on Sunday. As we all know, this past Sunday was our halftime heat special. Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, and Aleister Black versus Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, and Adam Cole. It was a hell of a match. You can check out the entire match on the YouTube page right now. It is about a 26-minute match with entrances as well. It was definitely anything better than you saw in that abysmal game on Sunday. That was a joke. Anybody who sat there and said, oh, that was a great game, great halftime show, you were out of your damn mind. That thing was a complete and utter joke. Dream in this game match had a football jersey from the pads and the pants to the jersey and everything else. Ricochet and Gargano get things going. Unfortunately, we didn't get a DIY, like the DIY music, which a lot of people were hoping was like, I'm going to be so pumped if we got DIY's music to hit for this, and they would have came out together for this match, but unfortunately, that did not happen. We got Johnny halftime chants from the crowd. The crowd was friends, family, and rookies and others. Bianca Belair, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, and many other the NXT regulars were actually at this match. We did have a time where Adam Cole would do his Adam Cole Baby, and instead of the crowd going with it, they chanted Baby sucks. He was getting the heel reaction he was hoping to get. He actually looked around and was like, I actually like this. It felt like. And Johnny Gargano with a headlock right out of the gate and runs over Ricochet, but he does a kip up. Gargano with a Hurricane Runner. Ricochet lands on his feet. This was by far the biggest spot fest match you will ever see probably in WWE. Wraps his feet around Gargano's neck, flips him, goes right into a drop kick. Ricochet charges into the corner, but he gets dropped by Ricochet. By Gargano. Cole tags in with a wrist lock. Ricochet is able to work his way back to the corner and tags in Black. Black sent into the corner, Cole kicks away, flips him over, flurry knees and elbow strikes, cover 2 count. You can see these guys have upped their speed a bit in this one. I swear, these guys were on acid. It literally felt like this was not a WWE match. We were watching a CZW match or a Chikara match. Not CZW, a Chikara match. This was just like, they went back, smoked some acid, and went, we're going to go, or took some acid and was like, we're just going to go at this thing 100 miles an hour. This match was, you blinked and you missed something. Let's see here. Ciampa is tagged in, gets a kick to the face. Dream is tagged in too. Springboard shoulder block. Ciampa tries for an Irish whip, and Dream pulls on the brakes and gets into a 3-point stance. Ciampa with a quick knee strike on Dream as he charges in. Ciampa sends him into the corner. Dream with an elbow and then a double axe handle off the second rope. Ciampa to the outside. Black with a fake to the outside. Ricochet does his fake as well. Dream does his own feint, slides back into the ring, and they do the nice little posing. Crowd gets all hyped for this as the 3 heads outside to the ring to brawl. Things calm down a bit as Ciampa and Dream get back into the ring. Ciampa with a reverse chinlock. Jawbreaker by Dream, slap to the face. Gargano tags in and hits a slingshot spear, cover for the 1 count. Cole tags in and goes to work on Dream, looks for a second rope attack, and Dream nails him with a super kick. Dream calls back to his corner and tags in Ricochet. He goes to work on all 3 of his opponents, ends up hitting a crazy cutter DDT combo, and Ciampa Gargano springboard elbow and standing moonsault on Cole, cover for a 2 count. This match was just all over the place. I'm still, like, you have to literally watch this. You can literally watch this match back on the YouTube channel, and I guarantee you'll find something that you missed live or if you watched it before. Cole recovers, hits in Enziguri, tags in Gargano. Ricochet is able to tag in Black, runs over Gargano a couple times, low sweeping kick, followed by a drop kick. Black with a second rope moonsault on both Ciampa and Gargano that hits a golden moonsault onto the floor. Gargano takes down Black with a suicide dive to the floor. Dream flies out and takes out some people as well. Ricochet then takes it in and hits a flip coupe con hilo over the top rope, and Gargano tries to hit a springboard spear. Black takes down Gargano. German suplex with a bridge, 2 count. Dream tags in. Ciampa goes to help Gargano as they swing away on their opponent. Now it's Black and Ciampa. Black gets sent to the outer apron. Cole with a super kick, and everybody starts taking out everybody. Dream finishes his twisting DDT on Gargano for a 2 count. Crowd with a dueling chance. This is awesome. Ricochet leaps off the top rope, but Gargano nails him with a big lariat, tagging for Cole. Ricochet tries to fight him off. Cole and Gargano super kick Cole at the same time. Super kick on Cole. Ricochet hits a standing moonsault on Gargano, then tries for a secondary moonsault. Cole catches him and super kicks him in midair, cover for the 2 count. This match is just crazy. Cole and Ricochet in the ring now. Last shot misses. Ricochet rolls him up for a 2 count. All 6 men in the ring just start. This is when the match is paused. They start swinging away, not really landing anything. They pause for a second, back up, take a deep breath, and then they really start swinging and nailing each other. Crowd just goes mad for this. Crazy reverse runner by Ricochet on Ricochet. Black misses Black Mass, but nails a big knee on Gargano. Dream suplexes himself and Ciampa out of the ring. Cole is sitting on the turnbuckle and sees Ricochet dazed. He leaps and ends up hitting a Panama Sunrise, a.k.a. the Canadian Destroyer. Big Joseph called it a Panama Sunrise, and then I believe that night or the next day, one P.D. Williams, who came out, I believe, and came out with the Canadian Destroyer, took a little issue with the fact that they renamed the Canadian Destroyer Panama Sunrise. I don't even know why they're calling it the Panama Sunrise. It's just the fact that you took the clever name Canadian Destroyer, which if you still has the tweet out, P.D. Williams did go into detail where the name Canadian Destroyer came from. So I would be irked if I listened too. Ricochet is in the ring by himself with all of the opponents and all the heels in the ring. He's actually on his knees. You have, in 3 of the corners, Cole, Gargano, and Ciampa. Ciampa's signaling to Gargano to let's do this. All 3 meet him in the middle and cover for the 1-2. Black makes the save at the last possible second. Dream is able to tag in, but it's not him against all 3 opponents. He swings away wildly at all 3 guys. Double super kick stops Ciampa with the fairy tale ending. Ciampa takes the 3 super kicks to the face. Gargano hits it seems like everybody hit Ciampa with a super kick. The only person to not hit him, of all people, Johnny Gargano. Black Mass on Ciampa. Dreamer Driver hit on Ciampa. Black Mass hit on Cole. Dreamer Driver on Cole. Ricochet with the 450 splash into the Purple Rainmaker for the 1-2-3. Black, Dream, and Ricochet are your winners, and that was halftime heat. It was, if you're somebody who is a professional wrestling, purist, you would have hated this match. I guarantee if Leon was still alive, he would have probably shit on this match because of how much spot this was. I believe it was Brian Alvarez said that there was so many spots that is it a bad thing when you have 20, if you hit 20 spots and there's so many spots that you can't somebody at home is watching this and boom, they don't remember half of what was in the match. Now, before we get into NXT, I want to say that this was, in my opinion, a massive success. There was, during the live feed, at least it was on my computer, it could have been wrong, they eclipsed 70,000 views for this match alone. They also had it on Twitter and on Facebook, and they didn't hit much there because everyone watched on YouTube. Before this match actually happened, I knew they weren't just going to do halftime heat. From 2 o'clock until we got to halftime heat itself, on the YouTube channel, there was classic NXT matches. They started off with Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn for the NXT Championship the night that he brutalized Sami Zayn and took the title from him, all the way up to they were starting in the Roderick Strong versus Bobby Roode match for the NXT Championship, and then they cut into halftime heat. But they had Nakamura versus Sami Zayn. They had Ciampa versus Gargano at NXT TakeOver Chicago 2. I would have went with TakeOver New Orleans, in my opinion, but they went with Chicago 2. They had in full hour of 3 NXT Tag Team Championship matches: American Alpha versus the Revival versus DIY. American Alpha versus the Revival. DIY versus the AOP versus the Authors of Pain versus the Revival. That was a great match. And Mustache Mountain versus the Undisputed Era for the Tag Team Championships. And I'm like, there's so many great matches in NXT's history. They also had the first, and the legit first ever last woman standing match. Nikki Cross versus Asuka. Don't let WWE spin it that Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch had the first ever last woman standing match. That honor still goes to Asuka and Nikki Cross. It was all great stuff. NXT had themselves a hell of a show on this past week. Now, when it comes to halftime heat, I honestly think because of how well this went this year, how well received it was, how many people were watching it, Vince McMahon's probably going to sit there and be like, we're going to do that again every single year. Or at least Triple H. I don't know whose idea it was for the halftime heat, but I have a feeling Triple H talked Vince McMahon into doing it. I can't believe it took them. And the network's been around for 5 years. Coming up at the end of this month, the network has been around for 5 years. And the fact that they just now decided to do a halftime heat. They could have been doing this in 2015, 2016, 2017, and even last year. But I honestly think this is not the last time we will see a halftime heat. Maybe next time will be a one-on-one match for an NXT Championship. Maybe it will be a WWE match. Who knows? But I think halftime heat is going to be something we see happening again. I could be wrong, but after tonight, or this weekend, this past Sunday, this is definitely something that's going to be here to stay. Now, on to NXT. I did say I was going to talk about the Worlds Collide, and I was going to watch it all, and I haven't got a chance to watch any of it right now. I do know that Tyler Bate takes on Cedric Alexander at the middle of that show. I definitely want to see that match. And the fact that we know who wins it, the Velveteen Dream, as we're about to go over, I definitely want to see it all. Might not review it anymore because it's just too far away, but let's move on here. Gargano starts to show off and is interrupting the North American champion. The champ says he feels validated and Johnny Wrestling is back. Cue Tommaso Ciampa's music. Ciampa stops on the stage and he says he is here to celebrate Gargano's moment. Ciampa said, Gargano, listen, follow the champ's lead, and now he has that title. We own the world, Ciampa says. He goes down memory road and says this is everything they worked so hard for and this is their moment. Gargano says no, this is not our moment. And the only reason he came out at the end of NXT takeover Phoenix was to show him face to face that he'll never need Tommaso Ciampa. Cue the Velveteen Dreams music. He comes out and tells the champs, this is cute. He says tonight is not either one of their moment. It's about the man who took over Phoenix by simply showing up. Dream says he won the Worlds Collide tournament and he's got to pick which champion he wants in NXT championship match. He comes up and says, guess who that is going to be? And automatically Tommaso Ciampa gets in his face. He looks at Ciampa and tells him, you think I'm coming after you? He actually called. He said when he said this isn't about them, he said this isn't about Gollum and his Goldie, and this isn't about Johnny Badass and in the ring there, which I thought the Gollum and Goldie portion was kind of funny as hell. He was putting another match of the year. I'm sorry. James says, Ciampa, I don't want Goldie, I don't want you. Dream is over you. Dream heads to the ring and says, Gargano. Oh, hold on, I messed up here. The champ says he wants Gargano. The champ, Gargano says while Dream was sitting in the crowd, he was putting on another match of the year, and then representing NXT in the Royal Rumble match the next night. I'm feeling on top of the world right now, and I'm feeling a little dangerous. If you win it, then it's yours. Your title opportunity against me. Go for it. I win. Dream says you might not. The real question is if he'll be in the ring with Johnny Champion or Johnny Jackass. Props to Johnny Jackass champ immediately. Gargano hands up the ramp. Shannon's still standing there as he watches on, and they both. It is what it is. So 2 weeks from tonight, Johnny Gargano versus Velveteen Dream for the NXT North American Championship. Now, I don't mean spoilers, but I have been seeing things that contradict each other. The fact that NXT, the last time a title changed hands in NXT on NXT TV, we knew ahead of time because WWE's NXT channel or themselves came out and said, spoiler alert, new champion coming out of Full Sail tapings. As far as I'm correct, we didn't see that this time. But I did hear that they taped 2 endings to this match. And I think they did that to throw a wrench into anybody who wants to spoil it. So in 2 weeks, we'll find out, did Johnny Gargano keep the championship or did Velveteen Dream win it? I honestly think Velveteen Dream should win it. But the simple fact is, it frees Gargano up to go for the NXT Championship. Because as I said before, somehow, someway, and they haven't even brought him into this yet, I still want to see Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano and TakeOver in New York, both being the respective divisions champions. Gargano with the NXT Championship and her with the Women's Championship. I think it would be a hell of a way to end it. Moving on here, we had Jackson Ryker versus Mansoor. A jobber gets killed in about 3 minutes. The only positive I think from this is the fact that Jackson Ryker got rid of the slingshot, the slingshot powerbomb off the top rope to a powerbomb. He does change it to a slow choke slam sit out powerbomb. Much better finisher by a mile. I would take that any day for him as a finisher over what the hell they had him doing. I'm going to just say it now. Jackson Ryker needs to drop the Forgotten Sons and get away from Steve Blake and Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler. They're holding him down. I think Jackson Ryker deserves better than this. I think he should be on his own and being a monster heel. Just my times. Backstage, the worst interviewer ever, Kathy Kelly, because every time she asks something on the main roster, I'm surprised people just don't walk away. She talks about dreaming Gargano with Ricochet in the background doing a photo shoot. Undisputed Era shows up. Adam Cole calls Ricochet a one-trick pony and says she should want to talk to him. Ricochet comes over and doesn't appreciate Cole's comment. Cole says Ricochet is now in the back of the line and the title is his name written all over it. Ricochet says if you really want to talk about being number one contender to the North American Championship, how about we go one-on-one next week so they can find out. They have a little stare down. Cole says looking forward to it. After they leave, Ricochet says it doesn't matter who he has to go through, he's getting his title back. So next week we will have Ricochet versus Adam Cole for just a great match. So this set of tapings, they hit us with some heavy hitters. I mean, this episode is not going to compare to anything we're going to see next week and 2 weeks from now. We get Adam Cole versus Ricochet next week, and we get Johnny Gargano versus the Velveteen Dream the week after. I think they only take 3 episodes. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I figured they would do the 4th episodes thing, but I think they're just trying to get through all of February. So definitely looking forward to next week and the week after. Then we get Drew Gulak was here to take on Eric Bugenhagen. I'm just going to say right now, this guy is doomed to fail. Eric Bugenhagen comes out looking like the lost member of the Rockers. Coming out being like, oh, air guitarist, he's supposed to be a one-man rock band. Isn't that Heath Slater's gimmick, the one-man rock band? When he's on his own, he's sitting there doing air guitar. This guy's playing like air drums on the ropes. He looks like a complete buffoon. He might be loved by the NXT universe, but that's his ceiling. When he's just gonna be another No Way Jose, plain and simple. The guy, as the character that he has right now, is just going to be another No Way Jose. Gulak beat him about 3 or 4 minutes, if that. Post-match, Gulak says he's traveled all around the world representing 205 Live, and he comes to NXT to get. Then you give me this, a Ben Stiller from Dodgeball lookalike. He says he's the best submission specialist in around and demands someone else who comes out. Matt Riddle heads out and tells him to get out of the ring in NXT or he'll come down there and tap Gulak out of it. Gulak responds, how about you take your little flip-flops off and make my day? Riddle says you've chosen wisely, bro, and kicked off his flip-flops into a very nice pop. May I ask why Matt Riddle went from the King of Bros to the original bro, which I'm pretty sure people have been calling, there's been more bros than Matt Riddle. I don't get the whole he went from being the King of Bros to the original bro. I know WWE likes to have their own thing, but no. Just no, it doesn't work. This was a damn good match. Compared to that shit that we saw before with this Eric Bugenhagen, who is he's going to be an absolute failure. He is going to do what they want. Like he'll be there for about 6 to 8 months, maybe a year. He'll come up to the main roster, show up for about an episode or 2 of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live, and then the dude's gonna disappear. He'll be in catering, and that is it. I'm just gonna be blunt about it. He's got no future as anything more than a comedy act on the main roster or in NXT. Plain and simple. But man, this one was a better match. This was a chain wrestling submission specialist type of match. If you would have seen Kushida versus Zack Sabre Jr. from the World Cup of Wrestling that World Culture Pro Wrestling put on in 2017, that's how this match started out, when you had Kushida versus Zack Sabre Jr. and that technical masterpiece they put on. That's how this one felt for most. Chain wrestling gets this thing started back and forth early on until Riddle nearly gets in an armbar. Gulak tries to get the advantage, but Riddle just picks him up and slams him down in a shoot slam. Gulak slams on Gulak. Riddle looks for a cross arm breaker again. Gulak with some shots to the side. Riddle with a leg sweep cover, not even a one. Gulak with a leg sweep of his own, gets a 1 count. Riddle lands a big penalty kick, running senton, running forearm in the corner, tries for another, and Gulak hits a big drop kick. You know how Riddle does his 2 running forearms. He got the first one, the second one, Gulak hit him so hard on the jaw. It literally looked like in the reaction you saw to Matt Riddle's face, Matt Riddle was, he's like, damn, he almost broke my jaw with that shot. Tries for another one, hits the drop kick. Another one nearly sends Riddle to the outside. Gulak continues to work over Riddle's neck, tries for a couple covers, but no luck. Gulak then yanks Riddle's arms behind his back, tries to also bends Riddle's wrist, but Riddle finally scrambles out of it. Riddle gets back to his feet, tries to fight back, hits a cradle suplex to buy himself some time. Riddle with some kicks to the chest. Gulak catches one, hits a dragon screw leg whip. Riddle with a sleeper hold, German suplex with a bridge, 2 count. Gulak goes right into an armbar, a Fujiwara armbar, mind you. Riddle with a chop to the chest, back and forth strikes. Riddle deals with power bombs, crashing knee strikes to the face, cover for a 1-2. Riddle goes right for elbows to the side of the head. Blow mission applied, and Gulak eventually taps out. Very good match. I could do it no justice. You gotta go check this match out. After the match, they do the catch point faction handshake from back when they were in Evolve, I guess. So, nice little homage for those two. It's always great to see when former faction members, meet in the ring, and then they have a little tease, like a little homage to their old group. It's always a great thing to see. Gargano women versus Shayna Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, and Bianca Belair. Crowd does not like Marina Shafir one bit. I'm going to tell you that right now. They do not like Marina Shafir whatsoever. Belair and Baszler start this thing off. As Marvinella mentioned, we continue off from where we left Takeover Phoenix at the beginning of this match. Baszler immediately going after Belair's weakened arm. Belair goes after Baszler's shoulder. Belair avoids Baszler, goes for her back flip, and Baszler just walks away and tags out. Shafir comes in and gets drop kicked. In comes Duke. Belair drops her. Sane tags in. This was awesome because Duke gets dropped onto the mat. Belair tags in Sane, military presses her above her head, tosses her up, and Kairi Sane has the wherewithal to turn it into a mini Insane elbow. Just awesome. Gets a 2 count. Shane gets shoved back into the corner. Shafir tags in. Sane with the chop to the chest. Shafir asks for more and gets it. She blocks a bunch of Sane's attacks. Shirai just comes into the ring, gets right double team, axe kick by Sane. Sane continues to work over Shafir, gets distracted while on the top rope by Baszler, and gets flipped to the mat. Baszler gets tagged in, goes for a cover for a 1 count. Duke gets tagged in. Crowd does not want to watch Duke or Shafir wrestle, period. They continue to chant, please tag Shayna. Please tag Shayna. You can't wrestle. You can't wrestle. I don't give a shit I don't give a shit how far along they are in the Performance Center. Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke are not ready for main NXT TV. I'm just going to say that right now. This is their 3rd match on TV. If they want to be Shayna Baszler's outside help, fine, whatever. I'm not going to sit there and say they can't wrestle. They're still young and not ready yet. But the thing is, the crowd needs to not be as disrespectful. You do know that these women are doing all they can to be out there to help make the product better. but they are not ready for ring action. I'm just going to say that right now. Every time they come in, it's as they tag in, you hear boos. If they tag in and they start wrestling, you can't wrestle. Please tag Shayna. This was, every time it wasn't Shayna Baszler, it was a dumpster fire for those two members of the Four Horsewomen. Duke continues to swing away on a ground to Shane. She sends Shane into the ropes, kick to the back, cover two. Shafir back in, hip toss, Baszler back in, kick to the chest. Baszler taunts Belair a bit shot to the back. Baszler with a leg submission as she steps to the back of Shane's head. I'm sorry. Every time she does one of those stomps to somebody's arm, leg, neck, or whatever, it just looks brutal. Shafir back in, cover for a 2 count, crowd cheering on Kyrie as she tries to make her way back up. Nearly gets there, but Duke tagged in and stopped her momentarily. Duke dumped out to the floor. Baszler tags in and Shirai hits a couple drop kicks. Big punch to Shafir's face. Double knees in the corner to Baszler and Shafir. Shafir is still wearing that mask, so apparently she does have a broken nose somewhere. Shafir with some... Shirai says some kicks, sends Duke to the floor. Springboard drop kick on Baszler for a pin for a 2 count. Sane tags back in, hits a insane elbow, but Shafir breaks up the pin. Sane looks to tag in Shirai, but Belair smacks Sane's hand instead. She hits the KOD on Baszler for a 2 count as it is broken up. Duke and Shafir end up charging Shirai and crashing on the outside. Shane clears them both out. Shirai tags in, hits the Asai moonsault for the 1, 2, 3. Just Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, and Bianca Belair win the match. Belair does not look. She's happy they won, but she's definitely not happy that she didn't get the pinfall. She wanted to pin Shayna Baszler, and this is obviously going to lead to her, because after that you see Io Shirai say, "I'm the new contender." So I can see the fact that Bianca Belair is even being a babyface is not good for her. I think she is better as a heel. But with the fact that your champion is the heel of heels right now, they have no choice. It's going to be interesting to see where they go from this and who gets the championship match at TakeOver Brooklyn. I still would love to see it be Candice LeRae. They kind of like teased something between LeRae and Shayna Baszler a couple months ago, and then they just dropped it. So I don't know what's going on there. But, yeah, I do not want to see Jessamine Duke or Marina Shafir wrestling again until we know they're ready. This was painful to watch, and it sucks that the crowd was that hard on them. I know they're working their asses off in the Performance Center to get better every day, but right now is just not their time to even be in the ring. I know Vince McMahon wants to have that 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen match somewhere down the line. He wants to have that match. He wants to be able to say, well, you couldn't have a 4 horsewoman match in fight in the UFC. We can have all 8 women here. They're just not ready. Baszler is leaps and bounds the best of the 4. I'm just going to say right now. If I had to choose between Jessamine Duke, Marina Shafir, Shayna Baszler, and Ronda Rousey, I'm taking Shayna Baszler every single time. That would be when she comes up and Rousey's gone. She's the one winning the championship, and she'd be the one being the women's champion when we go into the 4 horsewoman match over Ronda Rousey. I'm just saying that right now. This was a decent episode of NXT. Next week is going to be Ricochet versus Adam Cole. That was the only thing announced for next week, so I have no idea what else is going to happen. And we still got to wait 2 weeks to get Johnny Gargano versus the Velveteen Dream for the North American Championship. I can't wait to see it. I still say that Velveteen Dream should win it, but I've heard some people that they did 2 finishes to this match, which is to throw people for a loop. So it's like, oh, everyone said the Velveteen Dream lost, and then he wins the championship. Oh, Velveteen Dream's a champion. Oh, nope, he lost it. That's why they did that, which is smart because it keeps people from spoiling it, because it's like, oh, Velveteen Dream won, but oh, Velveteen didn't win. We'll have to wait and see what they actually choose to do. I still think that Johnny Gargano is, by the time we get to April and TakeOver, Johnny Gargano is going to not be the North American champion. He is going to go for the NXT championship, and the finish that should have happened in Philadelphia will happen this time. But that is your NXT and halftime heat review and results. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. I will be here Saturday for everything AEW, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and everything else on Unscripted, because tomorrow it's going to happen. We're going to see Kenny Omega at AEW Double or Nothing ticket announce party, along with Jimmy Feffin Havoc and many, many more. I will see you guys on Saturday. Have a good one.